go. I've been there, I've done that. Hey, but what do I know? I wrote this and won that. Oh, but what do I know? I got degrees and went to school. But what do I know? Survived backstabbers and Judases. But what do I know? I've been out here, man. I've been doing this. Let's get to the dough. I've been showing it. I've been proving it. I'm ready to go. Discuss the what, whys, and the who did it. Let's get to the show. This podcast just might be the go. Oh, but what do I know?
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to But What Do I Know podcast with your girl Ruckus.
And your girl Jamie Nicole.
Trey Smith, what's happening?
All right, y'all. So tonight is a special edition of the But What Do I Know podcast, y'all. So basically, in our memories, you know what I'm saying? Facebook has the fun fact, the fun little feature of reminding us of the extra bullshit we've been through over the previous years. And so recently, we were reminded that a couple of years ago, we decided that we were going to bring this city matchmaking.
Girl, I remember when you gave me the phone, when you called me up and you said, Jay, I got an idea. I said, what was it? You said, I want to put some folks together and I want to go on ahead and see how the Denver matchmaking scene works out. And then...
Kind of. I really didn't give two fucks about y'all. It wasn't that.
Maybe that was me.
I had just decided that I'm going to brand my dude Slap. A couple of years ago, I decided I'm going to be a whole damn man half the time. You know what I'm saying? His name's going to be something like a player, say the whole thing like a Tribe Called Quest. Now, this man needed to have a full-time job. So we decided we're going to make him a game show host. What better to play with than you people? Y'all are funny as shit, single people. So, I've been dating. I was with someone. I've been married this entire time. All I care about is seeing y'all happy. You know what I'm saying? I have zero interest in this except for the social experiment.
But you know what the funny part is? I'm her business partner. She ain't hooked me up with nobody.
No, she doesn't belong with anyone. She doesn't to this day. We don't talk about it to this day. She don't belong with anyone. All right, so... Anywho, we called it Love 'Em or Leave 'Em, you know what I'm saying? We gave people a chance to go out on dates. We paid for these dates, people. So not only did we match people up and according to their qualities, the same shit that y'all do, we decided we're going to follow them around on dates that we paid for. And then we're going to film them old school, bring them back, and then let them give their story live in front of everyone. As far as to what happened. And then we'd have a game to know whether or not they were compatible. Then they decide whether or not they want to love them or they want to leave them. So, with that being the background, we're going to get into the bullshit that turned out to be love it or leave them, fucking around trying to deal with Dayton and black business and Denver and the dating pool. God damn it, we going to talk about it.
We knew it was coming. Talk your shit.
Man, so
we got it on camera.
Oh, okay. So, I want to thank, to my left, I want to make sure we introduce them because we're going to talk to them in a little while. To the left, we have Miss, introduce yourself. I want to start here, right next to Trey. Yes, you.
Tay.
Tell
them about yourself.
This is the bullshit that happened. This is why, see this meat shit that she's pulling right here? This is how she wound up in the situation she is in today. She is not speaking up. She's not being herself.
And we're going to talk about it.
And that's how we wound up in this bullshit. We're going to get to it.
But it is the Love 'Em or Leave 'Em reunion. So, again, Tay, tell them a little bit more than, hi, I am Tay.
Okay. So should I tell them about that, like, who I was dating on the video?
No, not yet. Who are you? What is your name?
I'm Tay.
How old are you?
38. I'm 38. I'll be 39 here in a couple months. From Denver. I've lived here for a long time, but actually born in New York.
Beautiful.
Who like walks in the park and shit.
Yeah, some people have never seen you before. They're like, who is this? I want to stalk her. I want to see this.
They want to be in your DMs.
Exactly. And we're going to come back to why Tay is here, because Tay was one of the people who was chosen and was actually one of the daters on Love 'Em and Leave 'Em, and we're going to see her date and talk about
all of it.
And next to Tay, we have...
My name is Chandra, I'm 38, mama 3, and I was a contestant on Love It or Leave 'Em, and yeah, the inbox has been popping since then.
Yes, that's showing up right on.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's just right. Yeah. Okay, so, all right. Love 'Em or Leave 'Em, real fast. It was legit, you know what I'm saying? Gentlemen in the back, if you wouldn't mind showing them this quick little commercial that we did. Like I said, it was legit. We put this together so that people could really see that it was going down. But here's what we put out after the dates took place.
It's Mike, need a on a slap, tell 'em.
So yeah, so as you see, we was legit, you know what I'm saying? We had a theme song, we had already worked out it was sponsorship.
We had sponsorships with Welton's Cafe, the Manual Basketball. It hasn't happened. The All-Star game, the All-Star Celebrity Game, which was a nightmare.
Well, no, it was
to pull off.
Let's go ahead and I want to go ahead and open the can of worms. Ruck, why didn't the show come out?
Oh, well, there's several. I just kind of hard to figure out where
1,
to
2, 3,
start.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Why didn't the show come out? Because it was fucking ingenious. So why didn't the show come out? We're gonna start with the video, the footage. First of all, if you want to do a dating game and you want to have people follow people around and get footage, you're gonna need all that back at the end of the day in order to put it all together.
And all the raw footage.
All the raw footage.
Because my job is to go through that footage and make sure that the content that was coming out was quality content.
Indeed. But did we get raw footage? Did we get any footage? God damn it, we didn't get any footage. So our videographer got scraped together. The videographer that we hired to do the project for us unfortunately had some home issues and it got in the way of the business side of things, and so we never got the footage. So tonight, what you guys will see, what we're gonna dice up these dates and show y'all what we had, is really some of only what we had. Like, you've got to be, this is the best of what we had. Like, kill yourself. Like, don't kill yourself, but think about it.
Spray your face.
Man, but the black business really, what came down to us not doing the show is black business. It wasn't the daters. It wasn't because the city was gung ho.
The content was there. We had the drive, the content, the financial backing, as well as the resources in regards to sponsorship.
Oh, everything.
We had everything in place, but unfortunately, there were variables that fall under black business
all they wanted was the pilot, y'all. Goddamn it, this is how we mess ourselves up. Sometimes things are already set up. I didn't want to tell everybody how much was already put together. All we needed was that final piece, which was
the footage.
The pilot, and show them the whole show put together, and it was a go. It was such a go, and we never got the final thing. So we never did the show. So there's not something running right now where we're matchmaking. It was a speed dating event, sending people on prepaid dates just to follow you. Then you get the pic going on somebody else. It was a lot going on. And
like I said, I think that the blueprint, if you will, because I love it. See, what y'all don't understand is behind closed doors. She calls it a blueprint, and I love the way that blueprint.
Man, fuck that. We want to talk about the night that we went. Where we're bad again was the night we went to go film. Later on, we're gonna look at some footage where we had them go back and answer some questions, and the questions were answered at the Casbah. Y'all gonna recognize it? Like, hey. I love Sheldon. I love Sheldon. I love Sheldon. But a couple years ago, this particular project. The menu, y'all was there. Now, goddamn it, we black. It was a place full of black people. Now,
I got one question. Were those lettuce wraps?
I'm mad who the fuck ordered lettuce wraps any goddamn way. Now look here, for some reason,
I think that was somebody just trying to
lettuce wraps made with quinoa was on the list. Now I understand you funny eating motherfuckers that's out there. Like, I get it, but quinoa lettuce wraps, and whoever signed up to make them didn't know how to fucking make them. So here's the thing.
I don't think that was even a
That's
hard
not even
request. Yeah, I can make them myself and make them look good. It was offensive at the fact that they just said, yes, we can do this.
But what did they do?
Then they gave me.
Tell them what they did. But tell them what they did, damn it.
They gave me lettuce belts.
They
In a bowl, and you had to scoop it in there.
They took a bunch of romaine lettuce and they stacked that lettuce on that tray around a big ass bowl of quinoa.
Shame on y'all.
And stuck that next to, you know what quinoa looks like in a bowl, okay? So they did that and they stuck it next to the chicken and to the spaghetti. And then they didn't have the server who was supposed to be there helping these black folks. They had my event with black people getting their own shit.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm sorry. When I think about it, goddamn it, I'm mad again. So
shame on y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all niggas probably didn't even know what quinoa was.
They didn't.
Y'all probably
They didn't.
Y'all was probably there confusing lettuce with cabbage at the store when you went to get it.
They thought that they just got
No.
lettuce and some
It's a
circle stuff.
bougie, a
Yeah.
brunette, a
Oh.
nigga.
oh that shit. That's
Jamie's here, bougie ass.
Oh, that
Yeah.
yeah. So
And I know that's what happened.
So the little things. It's not even like shows. It's little things. You know what I'm saying? Like when my budget is already messed up because of food, little things that are already going on. That's a no. So business is wrong. Menus is wrong. There's the communication was terrible. When it all said and done, like I said, nothing to do with the daters. We gonna get on you motherfuckers. I just want y'all to understand why we're not doing this show, because I know there's a lot of options about to be going on. We're gonna talk about those very shortly, and so I just want y'all to know why we ain't fucking with it. Like y'all are funny as shit, and we gonna talk about y'all Denver. All right, so
We not matchmakers up in this motherfucker.
no.
Okay?
Oh, but ultimately we did get our money back. All said and done, we did get our money back. We ended up going to LA. We were on High Bench.
Yeah.
I don't know if the show's on. I stopped looking for it. I don't care. But we got our money back. We don't want to invest it back into this shit.
I don't care if you find love or not, bitches.
I care. I care. Damn. Well, damn. I've always cared because my situation hasn't changed from the jump. But I care that y'all find love because y'all being in love keeps y'all as happy and out of my fucking face. So I enjoyed that.
In the
But,
words of our good friend Nay.
right. But like I said, we're about to get into these dates so y'all can actually see what happened on these dates, because we picked several people to go on dates and we sent them out and paid for them to go on dates. Now, first off, fuck 2 of you. I'm gonna say that now. There was 6. I don't give 2 fucks. The flyer had 8 people, okay? And I remember this shit because goddamn it, Facebook is petty. It brought back the original flyer. The original flyer had 8 people. I remember talking to 8 people to confirm they wanted to be on the damn show. Now, when the flyer drops, I got 2 people complaining that they cannot be on the show because they have somebody in their life. Now,
Just trifling.
the flyer came out maybe 2 weeks after I confirmed who
But
in the
this
fuck.
is the main problem that we have with the Denver dating scene, just in general. Oh no, I'm single. I'm single. Look,
No, you gotta be like single.
Exactly. And that's why.
Like nobody's gonna trip on social media single.
Yeah.
I'm just single. Like my phone can be on at any time. Single.
Yeah, they didn't realize we had the money for this to be televised. Oh no, it was. They thought we was just gonna be picking random people and sending them on dates behind closed doors. And when
Like I'm that nice.
and when a whole
Like I'm that nice.
and only for
Like I'm that
entertainment.
nice.
So when the
No.
whole right.
Maybe it'll
I'm
take all this
gonna
shit.
just let them have at y'all. I
Yeah.
support whatever they decide to
So
do.
the whole flyer dropped, and all of a sudden he's hugged up at the ball game, and 2 weeks later this is my boo and wooty wop.
I can't admit nothing.
She can't
Wait,
tell me
can I
I
use
can't
this?
go. My boo ain't having it. I said you got a boo now. 2 weeks ago you
we
was
gonna
single
say it's people
and searching, and now you moved up. And then it's
We
funny
gonna
because
use that
then
again.
3 months later that boo was very publicly cheating.
Very publicly.
Everybody was
Very
very
publicly.
I'm gonna say you two are the only 2 honest people who probably played our game.
That's
And
my
thank
figure.
you.
No, everybody's honest. No. One of the most honest people played that game, and he's on his way here. So he's coming.
Jesus.
And you don't the honesty that you received from young Tally 2400 for those who do not know. Young man Tally, he was on the show. He was shot today. And they're gonna talk about it. He'll be here, and if anybody keeps it real, it's gonna be Tally. So I can't wait for the reunion.
Tally should be here in 7 minutes.
Reunion.
I need you guys to keep in mind the footage that you guys see is also being seen by them for the first time, because we had them out of the room. They were not around when the people answered these questions they're going to answer, so they will be getting to see the shit that was said behind their back and whatnot. for the first time as well. So that's how that's gonna work. What else we gonna say before we start this? Because the shit
I said let it go. I said let it go.
All right,
let it go.
Gentlemen in the back, brothers in the back, if you wouldn't mind
all cannons today.
please. All right, guys. So we're gonna get into Tay when she came on to the show and let us know a little bit about herself, and we're gonna get into that meek bullshit she pulled now. She pulled it then, and now y'all gonna see why her date did what it did.
Yeah, I swear to God, this whole Mercury and retrograde is fucking my whole life. It's fucking my whole life. All right, okay. Start again, take 3. Put your hands together for Tay, y'all. All right. All right, Tay, thank you very much for coming out. Welcome to the show. You were matched up with Jason. And before we actually get into your date, you mind telling the audience a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I'm Tate. I'm 37, single. Just kind of like started dating again.
All right. She didn't say none of it in the mic, but she said, say that again in the microphone with some conviction, Mr. LaRusso.
I'm Tay, 37, single. I'm just starting to date again. So I thought this would be a good place to start.
Well, I appreciate you for taking part in this, because this is fun. This is all a social experiment of all. This is the best social experiment I've ever seen, honestly.
Yeah.
We're back. We're back. All right. So bless your heart. Bless your heart. Okay. Started there. We stopped it there for a reason. So Tay's date was good enough for us to dice the shit up out of her date to find out what the hell is wrong with Denver's dating culture.
Hold on. I need for you to put that sign up one more time.
What? Now, Tay's date, Jason, was invited to come along and give his side of the story, and he opted not to come.
That was a nice one.
He opted not to come.
Be nice,
But we about to talk about it, and we're gonna talk about that date. Now, Tay said an interesting thing at the end. She said she thought this show was a good place to start. Now, Tay, why would you think that this show, knowing me, knowing of all people, the people who are associated with this, why was this a good place to start?
I had something like what was the show they used to have, like the Love Date or whatever? Remember back in the day they had like the couches and the wall, and it was like the blind dates. I pictured something like that.
Yes, no, I know.
Connection?
Yes,
Love
connection. Yes.
Okay.
So I thought it was like, something fun, something different.
Okay. I'm with it.
I didn't know.
Gotcha!
Did you know what you were getting into?
I didn't know. Oh.
Do you think this is a good place to start for someone?
Nah.
She just said I'm gonna jump in that rabbit hole and see where.
It just was just something to do.
What's the best place? Social media? What's the best place to start for dating?
Jesus.
For real. Jesus, literally.
Social media is definitely not the
Most people actually are
person.
dating.
It's just the dating show for me was just not a good place to start, but just to kind of confirm my fears.
So we helped you work through your fears.
Yeah.
You know what? I can take that. No, I'm gonna take that as a win.
Yeah.
That's therapy.
What's therapy? What that show?
Yeah, because
fears?
when you got to get out there and deal with the fuckery,
Yeah.
you might as well have a good time at it when it's safe environment. You know what I'm saying?
This is
Because
true.
if you go on a single date with fuckery, it's just you and that date.
I want to
Versus I'm going with a gang of people
This is true.
and I could raise my hand and say I don't feel safe.
This is true.
Hey, you already know.
You
Look, my son when came run told me in a heartbeat. He was my little assistant guy.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't tell me.
Want to talk
Inappropriate.
over each other at the same time. So if we wouldn't start here, would you start what? Facebook? Where would you normally start? Facebook, DMs? Is that where you normally would start?
That's usually how it starts. Social media, DMs. You know, it's kind of you play the little tag game. Hey, hi,
Good morning.
how are you? Fine, and
You're
you.
beautiful.
And then it goes, they like your pictures and shit like that. And then it goes to, okay, well, can I have your number? And then it.
So what's the difference between consistency and persistence and stalking. Where do you draw the line between persistence and stalking and DMs? And
Stalking. So being persistent is you're taking the time to engage in a conversation with me. Okay, you're taking the time to kind of figure out my do's and my do's and my don'ts. Stalking is when you're constantly going out of your way to be seen for no reason. And then you're constantly inboxing me. Like if I tell you, hey, what are you doing? Like I have somebody say, hey, good morning, what are you doing? I'm at work. Oh yeah? How's work? Motherfucker, if I'm telling you I'm at work, that means I can't talk.
I hate that goddamn text. Don't send me no one.
You know what I'm saying? That's when it becomes too much. Or if somebody be like, what are you up to? Oh, getting ready to feed the kids. Oh yeah, well what are you cooking? Well, I'm making this. Oh yeah? Okay, I'm cooking though. So I'm gonna have to get back to you, bruh. That's when it becomes like, nah, I shouldn't have gave him my number. Or nah, I'm gonna have to block you on Messenger.
How many times do you get the "Where's my plate" response?
Ooh, every time I post food.
And my question is it from the same people?
Yes, over and over.
Yeah.
Or I like the ones you probably
Am I in
get
the
them
group? Oh, I was like,
when you post the cute picture and then they say, "Hey, stranger," and you be like, "Oh well, look what the selfie dragged in. Hello." I get those.
I'm guilty of that shit.
You're guilty of that?
Yeah.
You call people stranger that you actually dealt with?
No, that's got to be somebody I know for me to hit him with the "Hey, big head" text. But
But you hit him with the "Hey, big head" text.
yeah, as soon as they
Just remind you if they was fine.
if you 38 and fine, post the pic. As soon as that pic come in, I be like,
Right, she was fine. She was.
And
hey,
this
it's
is
been a while.
exactly-
So is that thirst
I'm sorry.
on social media? Do y'all consider that thirst or not? When people say if you so and so post a pic, do the people who actually respond to like every single one of those? Is that pride? Is that thirst? Is that?
It's like a fine line. Like if I think it's a fine line. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with complimenting somebody and applauding them, but after a while, it's like, come on, bro.
Especially if you're not responding back.
Yeah, if I'm not responding.
No, I mean the people who are responding to the post, and they're posting themselves. Every time there's a single post that says, if you're fine, post down here. Like that person, is that thirst to actually be on every single post posting their picture in social media?
I think it's a little bit of both. It could be thirst, the ego booster, see if you still got it. You sometimes I've had a few homegirls that post on those posts because the dude they was messing with wasn't checking them out. So they was like, well, you about to see what I got going on, and then it's like, oh, wait a minute, oh, baby, come back. Then that's, so it's like a fine line.
All right. COVID. How's COVID affecting face-to-face dating?
Are you guys out there dating?
I've had one date.
In how many months?
It's like 6 or 8.
One date in 8 months. And that's why she was on this show too. We're gonna talk about her ass too. Don't you worry. Like I said, we sent her ass out and they had a good time, damn it, and her ass, goddamn, they had a good time and she still fucked it up. We gonna talk about it.
Keyword 7.
7. I know, right? We gonna talk about it. She did. She fucked. I don't know how, but we gonna talk about it. All right. So, do y'all think there's even a need for matchmaking in Denver right now? We're about to dive back into the show and more about what happened on Love and Leave.
I think there's a need for matchmaking just in general all across the globe. You know what I mean? I think that people are unfortunately settling and not really getting an opportunity to meet somebody that may be equally yoked to them. So
I mean, too high.
I don't think it's too high. Well, I mean, what do you think too high is? 7. 7.
Hey, 7.5. We don't want to talk about that right this second. Anyway, what's up? Slid in on us there. Like I said, we the band didn't notice, just dropped us. Tally 2400 down there was one of the gentlemen who joined us on Love 'Em and Leave 'Em. And I'm glad he came. He picked the perfect time. He was about to get more into those clips. We were talking about Jason and Tay's terrible ass date. They about to find out. Y'all about to find out. I'm gonna tell you now, it was terrible. But we gonna talk about why. So before we do that, y'all, we're about to make fun of our shit because our shit's a fucking flaming failure. But doesn't mean
you keep saying it was a failure.
It's a failure now in hindsight because it just wasn't done. That's the only thing that was failure as far as the shit wasn't done. So to me, fuck it. If it was a project, we got an F because the shit wasn't presented. So goddamn it was a failure. However, it was fun to do. The whole shit was we got the purpose of it was fun. But all that to say, that shit was fucked up. But there's shit out there now that's still cool. Like I said, get with Uncle Tuck's AHRR. They do 5. And what that is a matchmaking thing where they see how people vibe on the 5 questions that they answer. So let's see, kind of match y'all according to compatibility and see what that is. But you know what I'm saying? Trust that, I guess. Don't trust my ass. So we was gonna talk about that. I don't know.
Let's just be honest. We didn't really have time. Well, I think we flipped coins.
Fuck that. I did a damn good job. So I wanted to talk about what qualifies people for matchmaking. You know what I'm saying? I found some of these fine ass people over here. Fuck y'all, they're attractive. So
you did a good job.
I did. I found attractive people. All 8 original
but
people.
But your connection with them sucked.
Whose connection with who sucked?
Because nobody walked away.
What you talking about? Whose connection with who sucked? What the fuck?
I mean, nobody walked away in a relationship.
That ain't no connection. That doesn't mean.
Oh, was that not the purpose? I thought that was the whole purpose of it.
No, fuck that. That shit gave him a choice. This whole thing was
just
the
That was your journey. That was not our journey.
Shit, we gonna talk about her ass too with her single ass today. Talking about these other single motherfuckers over here. All day. Ain't made no damn connection. Shit. All day, nigga. No connections made. Anyways, they did make connections. The connections was dope as fuck, actually. We're gonna talk about that. Alright, so I'm gonna explain it out real fast before we get into these because we're gonna just show these clips and I don't got time to keep explaining to y'all why the fuck they're fanning, okay? We back to the bad ass black business, okay? One of the things we did, we actually hired the homeboys party bus company, and to make sure that they chauffeured everybody around. It was a fully stocked party bus. Supposed to have alcohol, food. Everything was supposed to be in there for them to chill. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be 420 friendly. You know what I'm saying? All that good shit was arranged for them. However, evidently, the driver for the bus had some bullshit occur, so the person who was supposed to be driving wasn't driving, had his homeboy stand in. Not that bad a deal. However, this was the hottest fucking day of the year, and the nigga didn't know how to operate the fucking air conditioning. So
no, he knew how to operate it
in the front cab. So the front cab is icy. This nigga's gravy. Everybody in the back is sweltering, okay?
And drinking.
Okay, and drinking and smoking, and I done sent out these people on an all-expense paid date that is now turned some kind of like hell date as
it's 12th layer.
Man, they're in a sweat box and they're trying to get along with this motherfucker that they shouldn't have known from Adam because that was our plan. So we tried it. With that being the case, we about to get into this love or leaving shit, and let's take a look at what Jason and Tay's full date looked at. And remember, this is the best clip we could get from these motherfuckers. Brothers in the back, if you wouldn't mind playing the clip, please, of Jason and Tay's full date.
I was riding around in the V12 with the racks in the middle. I was riding around in the V12 with the racks in the middle.
You said you've been going to Cherry Creek?
Cherry Creek? Oh.
Real.
Love them or leave them.
Is that right?
So y'all saw that, right? So y'all saw that. What y'all saw? We sent them out. They had transpo. They went to Weldon Street, which we all know is fire. So that was cool. The bus was definitely fire, literally
fire. But
and then we went to the celebrity game that year.
Yes.
And shout out to everybody that made that happen for the celebrity game. The Mile High celebrity game that year was fire. There were so many people who were. Queen's Creations was behind that. It was. I can't even name all the.
There was a whole bunch of community support. But let's get back to the project.
Okay.
Let's bring it right on back to the project because I remember producing that entire segment. Because that was when Slap was out and hosting.
It was hot there too.
And it was hot there too. I remember that. Slap had all that on and he was sweating and everybody was sweating. But what I'm irritated about is the videographers that didn't have the actual footage from like interviews. Do you guys remember those interviews and what you had said? Because we had them all individual conversations that were outside. So, maybe you can go ahead and tell everybody, if you remember, what you guys were thinking at that point when, since we don't unfortunately have
any of it, Tally. Like, I don't know if you missed part of what, because you had just came in and joined us a little late, but the videographer had a domestic shit, and this nigga lost all the goddamn footage. That's why the show never came out. We never had the footage to put it all together.
He lost it or she threw it away?
Man, we probably
We don't know what I was thinking. She threw that shit.
Oh, that shit, do that shit.
He lost it. Yeah. He lost it. So we never had the complete footage to put it together. So
I tried to salvage what I could. I tried to go after what I could, but
but what did y'all think of that day? Besides, we know it was sweltering.
Right.
We don't keep talking about
so
it.
So you can remember.
It keeps coming up.
So Tay, like, what did you think of that day, that situation when I brought you outside to have that conversation?
So that was right after Weldon Street, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so at that point it was all right. I was biased. I had the prejudgment on him already. So by the time we were on the date, it was kind of like, sorry, bro. It was already trash. It was already trash by the time we went on the date. And I feel bad because you know what I'm saying, you shouldn't do that, but first impression is everything. So by the time we went on the date, you know what I'm saying, it was already hot. Like, I was running late. Everybody was actually really late. So we were sitting in the hot bus.
And that's a part about that bus. Do you remember? I even went out there and made sure that it was turned on before they went into the bus. I was like, are you sure the AC's on? Because this does not feel right.
He was like, yeah.
It's blowing like this.
Let me close here.
Well, so here's the thing. If you look furthermore behind the scenes, we were that late because the videographers were missing that day, and we were supposed to get y'all when y'all first came in. We were supposed to get y'all's face and everything. When you hit the corner and saw who your date was, we wanted that everything from the jump to see what your response was gonna be. They had to catch up with y'all already on the sweat box and shit. Like these niggas and had the nerve to be hungry. Had the nerve.
Came back with chicken. Chicken from King Soup.
Goddamn sandwiches. I know.
Chicken.
That shit is fine.
Let's fuck. And we still had that on the bus. They was just eating all. I'm like, I ain't gonna get mad. Anywho.
Learning experience.
What? Black business, y'all. That's some bullshit. I fuck this learning experience because
She finna get mad.
we did everything we were supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? That whole thing when they say one monkey don't spoil no. Fuck that, nigga. One monkey can fuck your whole circus up, like my nigga. Like
they say one bad apple. One bad apple.
This nigga, man. All the footage out of everything we did, a hot box and all is still funny. But if you ain't got no footage, you ain't got no show, man. Hell. That's what I got to say. I should say a name like 4 times by now, but we done already sued you.
How much you paid?
You said what now?
How much you paid?
How much who paid?
Yeah, exactly.
A lot.
Well, how much we paid him to get it done? Nothing after all was said and done. He ain't do his job.
Yeah.
We got our money back in court though.
We got our money back.
Says hot bitch. They said it was right. Damn it, we got the money back.
It was a hot bench and a hot bus.
The three, the little pink black lady. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Remember, y'all support black business, just not the terrible ones.
Nah, that was good. Just don't fucking sign up for quinoa fucking lettuce wraps and you don't know how to make no goddamn quinoa lettuce.
Niggas don't know
But
what
it wasn't even
quinoa
quinoa. I said
Who eats that shit?
My thing is I don't even know where the. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Who put
I
it on
don't
the
know where the quinoa came from.
Who even put
I
that
said vegetable lettuce wraps. Period.
I hate it.
That means tomato,
I hate it.
cucumber. I mean vegetables in a lettuce wrap. Not them little circle things.
Sushi?
Brothers in the back,
It
would you mind
wouldn't be
cueing the next 2 clips, please? We're gonna play 4 and 5 back to back.
Okay, Jason, please tell.
So we're gonna get back into the dating things. I know that's what y'all tuned in for. Y'all came to hear us talk shit, but we really want to see this footage, and we want y'all to see it too. So, really quickly, like we said, we had everybody come back to the Casbah after their dates. Everybody went in the same thing. So Tally and Chandra were on the same hot ass sweat box as Jason and Tay. So a lot of that stuff is very similar in those experiences, and we're gonna hear about it later on. So because we have their date as well. So we're gonna run this clip really fast, and the reason we're gonna talk about this is because we're gonna get into why dating doesn't work, and it's y'all's damn fault. Can y'all play these clips for me?
Dirty ass pull.
Just saying, it's y'all's
With
fault.
dead bodies.
All right, Jason, please tell the audience a little something about yourself.
A little bit about myself. I'm Jason Delancey. I'm a realtor. Also, I have my own little fatherhood group, so I'm very deeply into the community about helping the fathers. I'm an actor. Also do a little bit of stand-up comedy, and my 9 to 5 is a cable technician.
All right, now, see, Renaissance. So now y'all see how he ended up in the mix. Because we look for men who are employed.
I got a little something.
All right, got something going on about themselves and tall. All right, now, so we found everything, supposedly. Okay, now, moving forward. Now, what I would like you to do is, there are several monitors out there displaying a quick synopsis we put together of your date. Now, I don't know. Like that ain't let me stop. Anywho, I'm giving direction. I need you to tell me from here for what's going on your date. Please give me a play-by-play in your words.
Shit, we was probably trying to stay cool on that hot ass bus.
On the off chance that this date doesn't work, can you tell the people about what you like in a person? Because something tells me you might be going out with somebody else. All right, go ahead.
So I definitely like somebody who's honest, somebody who's like down to earth and can have just good conversations. Over 6 foot tall.
Height is important. Colorado is not a tall state.
They don't produce a lot of tall men here. You know, a gentleman, somebody who wants to like open doors and whatnot, and like, you know, just a good person.
He searches for chivalry. All right, now let's see. Did your date have several of those qualities?
I mean, he's tall.
So she hit him with the he's tall. And
then afterwards came back with open doors, maybe bring water.
Well, so here's the thing, y'all. The background on this is that Tay came to this show. We took the due diligence of asking these people what the hell they really wanted in their mate. Like, I know Tally. I know what he looks for. I know the kind of his type. I know what he might think is cute. I found somebody that fits in his style. You know what I'm saying? I know Chandra's who she can deal with as far as mentality, and I found somebody who fits that. This one here came on this show in my DMs and said she wants the man to be tall and employed.
That was it.
That's all she said. That was it. Those were the only
After the
standards.
fact, it was an open door.
Tall and employed. We found a man who was tall and he was employed. And we'll see.
Bunch jobs.
Man, we'll see how that works out. So, with that being the case, all right, Jason's ass, all he asked for was to not be shown on camera doing things he wasn't supposed to do. So, he had 0 standards whatsoever going into this date. He gave 2 shits who we passed him out with. He just did not want to be seen on camera not doing things he should not be doing. Now,
and the only footage that we were able to retrieve from this project showed Jason
doing things he was not supposed to be doing.
I mean, he just showed not on his date. I mean, it just showed that the man didn't actually show on his date. What I need to know is, have your standards changed? Anybody's standards changed as being on this show? Are you still, because I see you, you're a very heightest person. Every day you post about hate stuff on short men and height stuff and your demands of height requirements.
I'll take you to full elementary.
The struggle is
dunk
real.
on you
All the
right
short
now,
guys like
5'8".
me. All the short guys like me. They all want to climb me.
It's them
But yes, my
legs,
standards
baby.
have changed. It's probably money.
What are your standards? What are you looking for
I
nowadays?
want, you know what I'm saying? Like I want somebody who's responsible. I don't want anybody with any kind of addictions. You know what I'm saying? Like I want somebody who's like spiritual and responsible. You know, I really don't like, you know what I'm saying, like guys walk around sagging their pants and like wearing like skinny jeans. Like I've changed stuff. Like
You want a man's man.
I want a man, yes. I want like a real man.
I got
Like
good advice for you though.
Yeah.
So you know he was tall, he had a job and everything, right? But when he came to the date, you see how wide that neck was on his shirt? That was your first sign. Neck too wide on the shirt. Don't date niggas with wide neck shirts.
that wasn't me.
What's that? Is that
I'm the
what's
love
that?
doctor. Y'all take that with
What's
you.
that mean? I've never heard
What's the
that.
white
That's a
neck?
new one for me. Tally's cracked
You
that.
got a
What's that?
wide neck.
No, it's a V-neck. That
He
nigga
said, my
that
shirt
nigga's ring
makes
was here.
room for my neck.
You know what
I think he was hungover.
He probably was.
Sounds
He probably was
legit.
possibly hungover. Chandra, have your standards changed? Have you changed anything what you're looking for since we sent you out with Tally?
Yeah, I've added a few more things. Consistency, actions need to match words. You gotta have some goals. You gotta be willing to grow. There's some growth to you. Be open-minded. There's a few things that have changed.
Motherfucker, you just
Not
described me.
No, I didn't. Don't tell that lie.
Shit. I got goals. I'm open-minded.
And Tally, what do you
Did
think
you
about
grow?
the number 7?
Talking about my height now.
And I'm not talking about your height. Did you grow mentally and emotionally?
Yeah,
You still-
after that day with you, I had to.
Oh, so you don't have no triggers?
I got-
7.
I got some
Ah,
This-
shit.
this-
I got some trees.
Everybody's looking like, see, they're just playing. Like, and Chandra and Tally were actually a love match. The audience, swear to God, they were
Oh,
going
yeah,
they were gonna love.
they thought they
Everything
was
matched with them.
wrong.
Everything was awesome. Okay, is settling necessary? If you want to be in a relationship, do you have to just say fuck it and settle?
You gotta settle for something.
I ain't selling for
You gotta
anything.
settle for something.
So
I
that's a
mean,
help. So I'm sorry, Tally.
yeah.
Like little things. You don't want to settle for the big stuff. Like
You gotta like, you know, there's certain things that like annoying. You can kind of settle for the small things, but the big things I don't think you should settle. Like nigga
skinny
don't come home at
jeans, you
night.
could settle.
Don't
Yeah,
settle
they
for
don't
that shit.
Yeah.
If there's
too old for that.
you can't communicate. If you got chicks, there's just you know she's not doing
You know
what
what
she
I'm
says
gonna
she
settle
gonna do.
for?
Don't
I
settle.
will settle for you can leave your shoes in the front hallway when you walk in the door. That's it.
That's
That's
it.
it. Just one.
That's why I'm single.
God
Because you
damn.
won't settle.
Nigga sleeping
Yeah,
with
I
your
don't.
shoes on?
Well, I mean, what is it? I mean, is it a fine line between settling and just accepting someone for who they are? Like, what
Yeah,
exactly?
I think
like,
it's a fine line. You know, it's not. I think people are so quick to say, "Oh, you're settling." No, I'm just accepting this person. If you truly love this person, or you truly vibe with this person, communicate with this person, then you accept the knowing things.
Right.
Now, if they're a person that vibes and communicates with you and willing to grow with you, then you can communicate that and say, okay, these things are annoying. How do we move and grow from this?
Tally your face. Can you
Nigga
explain
full
your
of
face?
shit.
Can you
Oh, says the person that inboxes and never responds. That's what I mean when I say actions.
See how you doing, my man's
the
never
words.
recovered from this.
That's what I mean.
I'm like, all right. And on that note, I say we dig back into love them or leave them. Yeah, I'm like, we're gonna see why those two are emotionally scarred later on.
We messed up a couple people I see.
So, gentlemen in the back, if you wouldn't mind running, take clip 6. We want to explain to you guys why Tay keeps saying she went into this date kind of on Jason from the jump.
He was trying. It was just our conversation was weird.
It was weird.
wasn't really into it.
What's weird? We want to know. This is a dating game. We want to know what is weird. What happened?
So I actually ran into him the night before the date.
Oh, it's getting good. Where'd you run? You know what? I know that. I know that. I'm glad you said that. So this is that bullshit. All right, so at this moment, I'd like to take this time to point out that we picked the wrong damn state to do this show. Now, we dated did due diligence in making sure this woman did not know this man from Adam. All right, now, she runs into this man at no other than Catfish Haven the night before their date. Now, from what I heard, it was not a pleasing experience. I hear it wasn't that great. So what I do have to ask you is, did you go on this date with any kind of predetermined dislike for your date?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
All right, so if y'all didn't get that, just what the fuck, Denver? Okay, like we go beyond what we can do in this little ass swimming pool of a dating pool to make sure that these people don't know each other. Like,
We tried it.
We tried it. It's very hard. That's man, trying to find people who don't already know people is crazy. Like the fact that Tuck said he didn't recognize, I was like, dope. He didn't know either one of you. That's dope. Like that's what we tried to do. Strive to find people that everybody doesn't know. And these fuckers ran into each other the night before the date. Now, give everybody the background. Fuck it. He ain't here to defend himself. You should have came, nigga. You should have came. Now,
Oh, you finna get
what
roasted,
happened
bro.
at Catfish Haven before the date even came in the first damn place?
So, I mean, obviously the flyers were out on Facebook, so I knew what he looked like. And you know what I'm saying? I couldn't even get into Catfish Haven. I was like walking in, and he was outside on the patio, and I recognized him. I didn't really say anything, but then he recognized me, and he kind of came like stumbling over, like trying to hug me, and like I don't know, just when he's like calling me Tay Tay and just breathing on me.
Breathing on me.
All right, so those who might have missed that, this man saw her and remember that they are on the same flyer together to be going on a blind date coming up or being paired up to go out. Recognized her from the flyer and proceeded to approach her inebriated at Catfish Haven.
Like from the other side of the bar. From the other side of the bar. You know what I'm saying? Like a little gate outside. So then we go in, I go outside the patio, and we're sitting down, and he, you know what I'm saying? He falls into the table. He comes over and he's like, all the drinks are all spilling.
And he's an actor though. Like, this is
he was
also
just
an actor.
You can't do that. What Martin was like, how you get this drunk? When he was like, don't be spilling in this shit and knocking over people's drinks. And so when she said earlier, your first impression is your first impression. So the date wasn't even her first impression. It's just the wah wah when that person hits the door again and you remember.
Yeah. And then it was like the open bar to us, you know what I mean? He was like, oh, I'll take like a little. I was like, yeah, right. Then you gonna drink that whole thing. I'm like, get 6.
How are y'all?
Get 6 shots.
How was it on the bus with Jason? Guys, everybody that was, how was it on the bus? It was a group experience. Jason was Tay's date. The tall dude, dark skin, that was that. I mean, we wasn't around much. We gonna talk about that.
I don't know.
You there?
We was kind of in our own little world.
That's how you should have been. We're gonna talk about that later. That was what's wrong with y'all's date. You couldn't find that own world.
There was no world.
He found his own world.
There's my world, there's his world.
So what would you say was the worst part of that whole day?
So nobody really knows, but I had a wardrobe technicality, like a malfunction. I had a wardrobe malfunction, yeah. So Tally was like, oh, she's looking at her ass, and like the slit in my dress. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It was probably like 4 inches, and then by the time I got out the car, it was like my dress, it felt like air, and it was at the very end. If you look at the clip, like my slit is like to the bottom of my ass crack.
Oh wow!
Wow, nobody would know that.
No, I don't think anybody noticed, but I swear it was all. And I told him, I was like, I need. It was like,
oh my God, why did you come tell me?
I told Jason, he was like, look, I'll just walk behind you.
Girl, you made a beeline.
I was like, we need to make a stop. I was like, we need to stop at Walgreens and from get a little sewing kit. He was like, no, girl, I got y'all to walk behind you.
If it counts, I don't have it.
I mean, I was like,
what a man supposed to say? I'll just walk behind you and
I was like, I wanted him to go to Walgreens and keep something.
One of the reasons this thing cracks me up is that we were doing this show about the same time that that they had done, so NBC did a story about Denver and said that Denver was the worst city for dating. And that was the exact same time that we were trying to put this show together and send people out and try to prove that the city really isn't that bad.
But it proved the article to be...
I don't know. Is it
accurate?
Is it? What's wrong with it? What's wrong with Denver? What's wrong with it? From y'all's perspective, we're going to get back into the show, but we're still a podcast. This is just funny. So I want to know what the fuck is wrong with Denver's dating scene to everybody here, because all y'all's in it. I can only dip in it if there's some bullshit at the house. All right.
I feel like it's the men.
Well, damn.
Just the men.
I think it's the men and the women. It's everybody. It's just one big ass circle. It's somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody.
That's every city.
So okay, so we're gonna have to break it down.
Phoenix.
We have to break it down a little more. We can't just say the men and the women, because that's everybody, and that's what the dating pool is. So, what is it that is too small? Is the degrees of separation? Is it because everyone knows everyone, or what is?
I feel like Denver is small, and like people like to, you know what I'm saying, like talk amongst each other and kind of, you know what I'm saying, just like hit each other's business. And then it's like, oh, you go to high school with somebody, and then, you know what I'm saying, 25 years later they still want to like hit you with the high school stuff. Or, you know what I'm saying, like you might talk to this guy 3 years, and then you might talk to that guy, you know what I'm saying, like 2 or 3 years later they're like, oh, you're a hoe. So guys are like so judgmental, and that's just been in my couple years.
You a hoe.
No, for real, like, and I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying, name drop, but I've talked to guys, it's like, and I'm single, you know what I'm saying, so like I date. Not all the time, but like I date guys, and I am free too. I am, you know what I'm saying? And just because I'm dating somebody doesn't mean that I'm sleeping with them. And just because like I sleep with somebody doesn't mean I date them. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, but that's my business. And you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like
my bigger problem is that I think that a lot of the guys in this dating pool are gossipers.
Yes.
And
I just had somebody tell me that today.
Yeah, as I've gotten older, and that's why I'm really selective on who I engage with. Like I prefer a man who does not run his mouth, and if I even hint that you like to, you know, go on social media and then profess how the holder did you wrong, I'm not really talking about anybody in this room.
You sound like a sucker.
Right there. And that's what I'm saying. Like all the guys just want to be like women, I guess. You know, like, and I don't feel like we're like that. I don't feel like we go in rooms and like talk about this guy, that.
So you think the women in Denver gossip less than the men?
I think so.
Yeah, I can say that. I could agree to that.
I can agree to that too. Niggas be talking like bitches.
Yeah. And then I feel like they
let Ben go off a little bit, and
but
then
I think
say
it's,
what I got to. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's also, you know, the degrees of separation. So I'll use an example. So, sorry, I gotta use you as an example. So one of my best friends messed with Trey. Trey messed with another girl that messed with my male best friend, who is my best friend, okay? And then it turned around that the female best friend and my male best friend messed around. So it came one big ass circle connection.
And there goes my 6 degrees of separation in front of everybody. See?
But does that matter though?
After a while, yes, because then, so if you and him are dating, right? Mm-hmm. And let's say me and him had a relationship, and me and you are cool, and then y'all come in and y'all start dating, then we've got everybody else looking like, damn, bitch, I thought that was your friend. Why y'all dating? You know what I'm saying? Then you find out that Trey is your best friend, and he used to date me, type stuff, right? So then you turn around, and then he used to date Jamie, and Jamie and Trey work together. That's like how Denver is.
That's how every city is.
It's a connection.
That's how every city is.
No, what it is just the percentage.
In Denver, it's a bad connection.
The percentage of us that's here, right? We all seem to go to the same spots, go to the same clubs. Yeah, that's how everybody knows everybody. So it's just a small percentage of us that we have here. What makes Denver seem so small? Start dating outside your motherfucking circle.
That's why I don't go nowhere.
That's why I did this thing.
Venture
I did
out
a blind
somewhere
date.
else.
I did a speed date.
And the side chick thing, the side dude thing is cool now. So oh, I just live with my baby mama, but we ain't fucking no, it's them. And then you got the, oh, well, I know he got a girl, but I'm the side chicken, it's cracking, it's them. And it's like, you don't really know who's single. Like, you gotta ask, like, are you married single? Or are you single,
like the borderline,
soon to be married
being
single?
Or stalking?
Yeah, you might yourself single.
Stalking anybody?
Yeah.
Are you single at all?
Somebody gonna bust your tires single?
So bust your tires.
No,
That's a
I've
good
never-
question.
That's
So,
it.
ladies, do we bust 3 or 4 tires?
I hit 2.
Fuck them tires. That's
I don't
my
hit
part.
none.
I
don't hit none.
Fuck them
Don't touch
That's
my
part.
property. I won't touch yours. You mad? Be mad in that corner. Don't you touch nothing of mine.
Right.
Now that I'm grown, yes, but when I was younger,
Never.
like I did.
I refuse.
I've never.
Y'all be dealing with them busting windows type of niggas, and
But we're
then
married. Like we got married.
I've had a guy bust my windows, but I've also had him replace them within that hour.
I've never had.
that's because you're.
It ain't no pussy that good that can make me bust a bitch window.
No.
I'd rather fuck your credit up or something.
Is that what fuck your credit up?
I'll
Is that
get
what
your
it is?
sister pregnant or something. I ain't
Get your sister.
gonna bust no window.
Now we see
I ain't gonna get nobody
why-
else pregnant.
Get your sister pregnant, but not bust the window.
I done found out somebody was
I
fucking
hit that
around
bitch
with me
with a
and
hurt.
told her to, she had some stuff at the crib and was like, come get your shit before I throw it in the dumpster. And, that's because, once she fucked me over, I have this level of, okay, I like you, and then you do some foul shit and it goes out the window and I'm like, cool.
So Denver, everybody knows people, and evidently some people are crazy. So there's crazy exes then everywhere, and everybody knows who's everybody's business. And you got crazy exes out there?
Do I?
Is it a problem? Like, if somebody was to go and date you, is there some crazy motherfucker that's about to come out, jumping out the woodworks, cussing their ass the fuck out today? Yes, there is.
Absolutely.
Ooh, do you have a crazy motherfucker that's gonna cuss?
Girl, no, I'm 12 for that.
They gonna lie. They gonna lie and say all of this shit that I did that I was never there for, and then I gotta explain why that shit never happened. But that's usually the case with me. Is I hear a story about me that I'm like, well, where was I at for that whole thing? So
Now, when I was younger, though, I used to have that type of drama. But that was before I, went through.
Do you believe the man? In this situation, the Trey comes up to you and he's letting you know, he's got this crazy whatever going on over here, but don't believe shit she says. She's crazy. Do you believe that? Do you pursue that relationship, or is he a no go?
That's a red flag.
It's a red flag, but I'ma still pursue it and I'ma see what happens. Now, if
that means she's fucking him anyway.
Yeah.
Look, that's because she's a liar.
9 times out of 10, let's just be honest. 9 times out of 10, when you first meet that person, you already know if you're gonna smash them or not. Okay? Whether they crazy, the baby mama crazy, baby daddy crazy, you already knew you was gonna smash. So you just kind of have to. You just gotta keep it in the back of your mind. All right, he said this chick crazy, not to believe it. So as long as she stay over there, we shouldn't have no problems. But if she don't stay over there, then he gotta go.
Crazy.
So do you just act around the crazies? Do you have to make a new non-crazy environment, like take your date somewhere else because your house invites the crazy because she knows where you live? So
No, not
live that kind of life.
No, not anymore. Luckily for me, my sisters became adults and was like, I'll beat that bitch up. So I was like, cool, right on, I appreciate that. So now when I date, I can tell my date, nah, girl, don't worry about it. I'm just call my sister Ebony and then she gonna stomp the bitch out. Don't worry about it. And then we go back to, being lovey-dovey and enjoying the date. Do you want to enjoy the date and someone gets stomped out, or do you want to let her act crazy with us in the middle of the day?
I'm telling you, is there anybody out there who slept the shit out of everybody if anybody calls themselves trying to be your woman?
If you out there and you see this, leave me alone.
That's a yes.
That's a yes.
That's a yes.
That's a yes.
Let me go check on my car right now since you're talking about busting windows.
Oh, yo.
Bitch, I will shoot you. Straight up.
This nigga gonna have an inbox tonight. Oh, you thought she was cute tonight, huh? Okay. I got your bitch. That's gonna happen.
All right, so Jasmine, yeah, type tags that don't touch nobody's windows, not at all. They agree that there are a lot of gossipers. Christabel says there's subliminal messengers, bro code doesn't exist anymore, and women definitely gossip less. So those are definitely problems. Is that a problem with bro code? Bro code still exists in your world?
Hell no, I ain't got time for no broke bitch. Every time I'll fuck your credit up. So you can't be broke fucking with me, bitch.
I said, so here's the thing. I said, bro code. Does bro code
Oh, bro
exist
code.
in your word? Damn it. If my bro code, are indeed a no-no.
He ain't playing no bro code. Not in 2020.
He came on this and prepared for a whole different subject.
He was already focused.
What I heard was.
But nah, ain't no such thing.
Bro code was,
Say what you mean. Say it with your chest.
Yeah, but Jasmine says that I think an individual's relationship with others is a reflection of themselves, thus they attract the same energy. It's so easy to blame the other person. Man, take responsibility and accountability for the person we decide to choose. So,
You wasn't there.
that might be your crazy ass. So that means you attract your crazy. So if you running around giving out that crazy, get it out. I don't know. You fucked her like you loved her. That's what I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say this. This is what the problem is. Y'all are out there running around giving out grade A dick to grade C people. Now, you need to know how to rationalize your sex game. You need to make sure that the person that you're sleeping with does not get your A game until that is the person you actually want to be with. Otherwise, you will exercise their crazy.
A game. You gotta practice.
What's that?
No,
you come mediocre.
Game.
If you give them anything, you come mediocre, and that's the problem. If you came out with your best shit out the gate, now you got this stalking ass nigga that you don't want to be with because you came out the A gate. You got these stalking bitches that
sat up there and wrote it cowgirl style in the.
Cause you done fucked around and gave fuck this bitch like, and that's men be having it backwards. Y'all like to go out and be like, I'm about to fuck this bitch hard because the first time I'm about to break this bitch back because I ain't never some new pussy.
And then they wonder why she cutting tires.
Exactly. Exercise this bitch is crazy. Again, learn how to take your sex game down a notch until you decide that she's up there where it needs to be. Make the sex game you give match the grade you give the bitch.
You become
But here's a meme about
you
that.
gotta have a fine line with that too, because if you give it a B grade and it comes to my inbox, we gonna clown you.
You said what now?
Get a B grade.
Well, if it's in your inbox, you don't care about that nigga.
I have concerns.
No, but I'm a clown and I'm a crap joke. So every time you be broadcasting about you,
but the thing is, you already
broadcasting about how you giving out the A grade.
Yeah, then keep giving out that A grade.
And then we find out it's really minus F with chest hairs.
No, that's the problem with the
Then we're
cheaters.
gonna clown
That's the problem. That's the cheaters. That's the cheaters give the bad dick at home. That's the bad dick is at home. Is at the homes, but that's where the bad dick is. These chicks at the house and the good dick's out there in the streets.
See, and that's why I'm single.
The bad
good dick find its way to my home and then I send it.
Well, no, that's fine. That's
Back to the streets and skies.
That's just what I'm hearing because because as a married person, that's what I get the dips from the dating pool is to hear from everybody who's in it still complaining about the married motherfucker. So evidently, the bad shit is at the house. That's from the
we going to commercial.
We are. We're actually gonna run.
I don't even want to be a part of that
I
conversation.
know, right? All right, guys. So let's show proof. Did love herself? What?
I got so many questions.
He does have questions, but we about to watch this real quick because we gotta watch. Get back into this show, y'all. So here's the thing. We saw during Tay's date something that we've never seen in any other date ever in dating fucking game history. I think it was a precedent of all times on dating games. This nigga left the date. He left her by herself. We've never seen it in the world, and then on top of that, lied about where the fuck he went and forgot his ass was on camera. So Jason, once again, this one's for you.
You getting roasted.
We gonna talk about your participation in the date. Brothers in the back, if you wouldn't mind, please run in clip 7. Look at this, y'all. Damn shame.
Nigga said I died.
Yeah.